Don't worry about him, I worry about my man. And I know that Conor Benn can win world titles in divisions below 160. He can sell out any arena in the country. He's one of the biggest, not just boxing stars in Britain, sports stars in Britain now.
But Conor's naturally fiery. Conor has that bit between his teeth. You know, he's his dad's son. His dad was as fiery as they come, and so was Conor. I think if Chris Eubank Jr. was placid and respectful, I think Conor would still be fiery.
These rematches with these types of intense fights taking place, like Conor and Eubank,
I'm trying to pull him.
a rematch right away will probably end their career. You know, it's that intense.
Do you see that fight happening? And do you think Ben won't get the better of Eubank?
I think Conor Benn beats Eubank.
Boxing analysts now heavily favor Conor Benn to take control in the rematch against Chris Eubank Jr., and their reasoning is compelling. Benn's youth drive and sharper focus give him an energy that Eubank Jr. simply hasn't matched. In their first meeting, Benn's power visibly shook Eubank Jr., and he enters a sequel with a stronger frame, a clearer mindset, and a mission to finish what he started. This time, Benn isn't just after redemption. He's hunting a statement knockout to prove he's evolved since their first battle.
Terms are already agreed for the rematch with to move forward. And it's the same as the first contract in that respect. So
the highly anticipated rematch between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. is locked in for Saturday, November 15th, 2025, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. Following Eubank Jr.'s unanimous decision victory in April, the two bitter rivals are set to collide once more in a showdown fueled by unfinished business.
Ring Magazine breaking. Ring Magazine has learned Sella completed the deal for the highly anticipated Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn rematch on November 15th in Tottenham Stadium. The event will be presented as The Ring, Unfinished Business. Not going to lie, they kind of did finish the business the first time around. I mean, Chris Eubank Jr. won, but it was a great fight. It was probably fight of the year or one of the fights of the year. What we've seen this year in 2025. But that being said, it was interesting, and there was always supposed to be a rematch clause, so we're running it back. Also, the event will be promoted by Sella and sponsored by Riyadh Season and the Ring Magazine. Here is the article. First it was off, then on, then off again. Now the rematch between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn is officially back on. The Ring has learned the deal to see them run it back from their April 26th showdown was completed through Sella on Tuesday. They will have approximately 3 months to prepare for their sequel.
Eubank Jr. has added Brian McIntyre, famed for shaping Terence Crawford's dominance, to sharpen his strategy and transform a solid win into a definitive statement. According to McIntyre, Eubank will look far more dialed in this time, bringing a ruthless mindset and a refined game plan designed to take control early. He believes Eubank already figured Benn out in their first clash, and with this level of preparation, the rematch should be smoother. McIntyre also praised Eubank's intensity in camp, highlighting his relentless work ethic and renewed focus. On the other side, Benn enters fueled by redemption, determined to flip the script and solidify himself as a true elite rather than a fighter who came close.
With Chris Eubank Jr., you're with him for the rematch against Liam Smith. How did it come about, you coming back into camp with him for this one?
Well, while we was finishing up with Crawford, Chris's guys, they hit me up maybe a month out and asked me would I be, interested. I told them, of course, right away, because, I felt like that me and Chris got a good repertoire together, we got a good relationship, and we come out with good results whenever we hook up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, actually. What made you jump straight back into it? I asked Chris almost the same question about you, what it was that he wanted to work with you for. What is it about Chris that you particularly enjoy training or working with?
Well, one thing about Chris when it comes to boxing is he's definitely got dog in him. Even though he maybe got 2 or 3 losses, he fights to the nail. He fights to the end, tooth and nail. It's not hard to get him to do anything because it's always yes coach, yes coach, yes coach. Go in there and get in the day in the gym is wonderful because you ain't got to yell at him or nothing. We just go through what we need to go through, and we get the job done.
How much would you say your relationship with him has evolved from kind of working with him first time to now working with him for a second time?
I think it's beautiful now. He's talking a little bit more in camp, so that just makes it seem like he's a little